What happened to Miss Angel Reese? She's all in Indiana during All-Star, and her Reebok campaign come to your trap.
We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it locked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me get real.
The basketball world is watching what may go down as one of the most embarrassing endorsement blunders in years. Under Shaquille O'Neal's leadership, Reebok actually believed Angel Reese could be the face of their basketball revival. Spoiler, it's been nothing short of a disaster. A failure so massive it could be studied in business schools as a prime example of how not to run a brand comeback. While Caitlin Clark is breaking attendance and TV ratings records, and Sophie Cunningham is winning fans with her fearless personality, Angel Reese is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Insiders are already calling this one of the sneaker industry's worst mistakes since the New Coke fiasco. Let's be real, this isn't just a bad partnership, it's a full-on endorsement meltdown. If you think Reebok completely dropped the ball, drop a baby giraffe in the comments.
Crash out incoming. 3, 2, 1. Burn! Hey, nice pass right there. Jackass! Burn! We're bumbling, we're stumbling, and we're fumbling! Burn! Y'all see what they've been doing over there at Cracker Barrel, man? It's a travesty! But it looks like they added one new item. It's French toast. Butter pecan! Burn! Angel Reese! Angel Reese!
Every time Angel Reese hits the floor, stat trackers don't prepare for brilliance. They prepare for chaos. In just her sophomore season, Reese has pulled off a feat that's almost shockingly bad, connecting on only 31.5% of her layups, while attempting the third most in the entire WNBA. And remember, we're talking about layups, the simplest shot in basketball. She's 6.3, yet missing point-blank opportunities at a rate that would have a middle school coach pulling her off the court. At this point, it doesn't even look like basketball anymore. It looks like some kind of tragic performance art. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is draining logo threes, rewriting the record books and packing arenas to the brim. The gap between the two couldn't be any more obvious.
Washington Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonia Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot, stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonia. That was a show. She put on a flat-out show versus Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. Boy, did they ruin Angel Reese's home.
The lowlights practically create themselves. Against the New York Liberty, Angel Reese put on a sequence fans won't forget anytime soon, for all the wrong reasons. In just 12 seconds, she clanked 4 straight putback attempts, with 2 of them smacking right back into her face like she was going up against a brick wall. The moment instantly blew up online, but not the type of viral that moves sneakers. This was the type that gets clipped into YouTube fails with circus music playing in the background. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is being mentioned in the same breath as Steph Curry and LeBron James, while Reese is being featured in videos titled, "When Basketball Just Isn't For You." One is packing arenas, the other is packing meme compilations.
Bravado once again got their ass kicked. Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance. Check out some highlights for yourself. Well, KC, you always do this. You select a couple of bad plays and try to convince us that Angel Reese isn't a superstar.
Defenders love to bring up Angel Reese's 44.4% shooting percentage like it's some kind of shield. But that number is misleading, because most of her shots come from right at the rim, where true pros finish at a 70 to 80% clip. Reese, on the other hand, has turned easy layups into a game of chance. Every drive feels less like a sure bucket and more like pulling the slot machine handle. Sometimes it drops, but more often it doesn't. Coaches call the paint the money zone. Reese has turned it into Vegas, and the house keeps winning. No wonder Reebok's big bet on her is starting to look like a bad gamble.
Was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this.
There's also into this. Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, "Give me that. How about another?" Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Are you serious?
Even the commentators, whose whole job is to make every free throw sound dramatic, can't hide it anymore. In a recent game, after Angel Reese botched yet another wide-open look at the rim, the broadcaster actually laughed. And it wasn't the supportive, she'll get it next time kind of laugh. It was the stunned, did that seriously just happen? Laugh. When professional announcers can't even keep a straight face describing your play, that's not just a warning sign. It's a glowing billboard right outside Reebok's headquarters screaming, this deal was a mistake.
Dominant performances in June, she earned her All-Star selection. But these aren't just a couple of bad plays. These aren't bloopers. These aren't rare moments. This is the norm. The same thing happened last week when the Chicago Bravado got their ass kicked by the Minnesota Lakers. I don't have to convince you that Angel Reese has no impact on winning. Just look at her record, look at her resume in the Wnba.
Of course, social media is having a field day with this. Whole pages are popping up just to showcase Angel Reese's missed shots. Edited in slow motion, set to clown music, the works. It's turned into its own comedy genre inside basketball culture. And for Reebok, who signed her hoping for highlight reels to push sneakers, they're stuck with the opposite, blooper reels. That doesn't boost sales. It just pushes company execs closer to updating their resumes.
And Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it locked.
We go through All-Star break, we come back, 9 turnovers. We sit out with a back injury, we come back, can't make a fundamentally sound layup. Maybe they rushed you back from injury. Tyler Marsh, did you rush her back from injury? Tyler Marsh, I'm looking.
Now, if Angel Reese were at least playing for a winning team, some of this criticism might slide. But the Chicago Sky have been a mess, stumbling their way to a dreadful 7-21 record, 8 straight losses, no shot at the playoffs, and when Reese sat out 5 games with a back injury, things didn't improve. They collapsed even further. That's the irony. They're bad with her, but somehow even worse without her. It's like being stuck in a leaking lifeboat. You're going down no matter what. The only question is, how quickly?
Expert in math, but it looks like Angel Reese wins 1 out of every 3 games. If I remember correctly, Angel Reese has beaten a team with a winning record once this season. So you tell me how Angel Reese impacts.
Head coach Tyler Marsh can try to dress it up all he wants, but there's no sugarcoating the truth. If your offense leans on a player who struggles to finish at the rim, you're not building a contender. You're building a highlight reel for all the wrong reasons. And no brand in the world can flip that into a sneaker dynasty. Remember, Reebok didn't just sign Angel Reese. They put her front and center as the face of their basketball comeback. With Shaq backing the move, the blueprint was obvious. Build hype, launch a signature shoe, and win over Gen Z. But here's the problem. You can't sell that dream without real dominance on the court. This isn't social media clout. This is the pros. And nobody's lining up to buy shoes attached to viral clips of missed layups.
It's crunch time, under a minute to go, 1-point game, y'all know what to do, give it to our 2K cover. Live 5, go save the day, here it goes, the crossover for you, it'll turn into hot diggity doo-doo. Burn!
Why don't you show her highlights? You're so unfair.
Fine, here you go, rebound, burn! Cherry picking rebounds, nobody does it better, I mean nobody. Bang! Bang.
Our fans be like, grab that rebound, honey. Yes!
What makes this collapse sting even more is how Reebok hyped it up. CEO Todd Krinsky went as far as to compare Angel Reese to icons like Allen Iverson and Shaquille O'Neal, labeling her a culture changer. Let's be honest, those comparisons aren't just a stretch, they're downright disrespectful. Iverson didn't just influence culture, he owned it, dominating on the floor while setting the standard for basketball swagger. Shaq? He was a force of nature, an unstoppable highlight machine. And Angel Reese? She's quickly becoming the poster child for how not to build a legacy in pro sports. If that's what passes as culture shifting, it's only because the culture is being turned into a punchline. Now, the buzz inside the industry isn't hype anymore, it's regret. The big question, did Reebok actually scout the player, or were they so desperate for relevance that they threw their chips on the loudest personality in the room? Because right now, this doesn't look like strategy. It looks like panic. And what they're left with isn't a groundbreaking revival. It's a multi-year, multi-million-dollar disaster. A mistake too big to undo.
A good game, 22 points, 13 rebounds, but she shot terribly. She got bailed out so many times, throwing up brick layups, getting phantom foul calls from the refs. She did make 10 of 11 free throws, so that is good. 6 of 16 from the floor is not good at all. 0 of 1 from 3. She was a minus 11. Listen, man, Kiki area fan got.
And here's the irony. Angel Reese's injury turned out to be a blessing in disguise for almost everyone, except Reebok. Of course, no injury is ever a good thing, but let's be honest. Her absence felt like a relief for fans and analysts who were drained from watching her weekly highlight reels of missed layups and sloppy plays. Just as people hit their breaking point with the constant mistakes, she suddenly disappeared from the spotlight. For once, Reese pulled off a vanishing act that actually worked. But for Reebok, total disaster. How do you sell shoes when the face of your brand can't even finish the most basic move on the court? And the timing couldn't have been more suspicious. That injury conveniently sidelined her before a highly hyped matchup against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. That rivalry was supposed to be a marketing dream. In reality, it would have been Caitlin Clark putting on a show while Reese got exposed on national TV. Because here's the truth. One player is rewriting the history books of the WNBA. The other? Still fumbling through layup drills. Fans see it. They know the difference. And Reese's absence didn't protect her reputation. It only made the contrast with Caitlin Clark crystal clear. One is the future of the game. The other is just the punchline.
Actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair.
Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is.
Well, she's better at everything.
And
she had a triple-double. She's tied for the third most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games.
Yeah.
Let's put the emotions aside for a moment and look at this from a business angle, because this isn't just a bad game, it's a textbook case of brand failure. Reebok didn't simply sign an athlete. They staked their revival on someone whose biggest highlight reel lately looks more like a comedy sketch than a career. Shoe endorsements are built on aspiration. You buy Jordans because you want to fly. You buy LeBrons because you want to dominate. But nobody, and I mean nobody, buys sneakers hoping to brick wide-open layups. Yet that's exactly the dream Reebok just tied themselves to. Angel Reese doesn't inspire greatness. She inspires hope. Not the good kind, but the desperate kind. Hope that maybe this time, just maybe, the ball finds the net. Reebok thought they could spin her fiery personality and unapologetic attitude into a selling point. That works fine for makeup lines, Instagram deals, or even reality TV contracts. But for performance shoes, the ones kids lace up believing they'll play sharper, faster, better, you can't slap "built to miss like Reese" on the side of a shoebox. That's not marketing genius. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Ideas wants to bring in talent to grow Reebok and like have people wear it again because no one does. So one of his genius decisions was this. Fucking signing her, Angel Reese. If you don't know who she is, she's the queen of like fish out of water going after a rebound that she shot herself and can get in the net ever. She reminds me of a 3-year-old shooting on those little kids' nets and throwing the ball and just completely missing.
If Angel Reese were surrounded by a roster built to mask her flaws, maybe this gamble wouldn't look so disastrous. But the Chicago Sky don't hide weaknesses. They spotlight them. The offense has no spacing, no rhythm, and their supposed star spends most of her time chasing down her own missed shots. The result? A team that manages to shoot worse, score less, and still go viral, but only for bloopers, not brilliance. And then there's Coach Tyler Marsh. Imagine landing your first head coaching job and being told, "Here's your franchise cornerstone." Only problem? She struggles to finish at the rim, forces bad decisions, and racks up more lowlight clips than highlights. That's not coaching. That's damage control with a whistle. The wildest part? When Reese sat out with an injury, the Sky actually looked competent. Still losing, sure, but at least the offense resembled professional basketball instead of a comedy sketch. Without her constant bricks dragging possessions into the mud, the Sky didn't look like a circus act. That in itself speaks volumes.
Has this point forward thing on lock. Tyler Marsh has this Angel Reese point forward thing on lock. There we go, pushing the pace. Yeah, Angel. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. All right, here we go. We got an entry pass. It looks like it's going to be to Elizabeth Williams, and oh, goodness.
Angel Reese's highlight reel has turned into the internet's favorite punchline. Every missed layup, every point-blank miss, ends up clipped, slowed down, and plastered with goofy sound effects. Whole TikTok pages exist just to showcase her lowlights, racking up millions of views. Not because people admire her skills, but because they can't resist laughing at the spectacle. She's not building a legacy on the court, she's fueling meme culture. And somehow, Reebok decided this was the face of their comeback. But here's the truth. When your only selling point is being the butt of the joke, the spotlight fades fast. Social media chews up its clowns and spits them out. Today's viral sensation becomes tomorrow's afterthought. And when the internet moves on, what's left? A sneaker line tied to an athlete who never had the game to justify the hype. That's not star power, it's sinking sand. Which brings us to Reebok's big moment, the Angel Reese signature shoe. On paper, it's meant to be a groundbreaking launch. In reality, it feels more like a forced celebration nobody asked for. The flashy teasers, the loud marketing, the balloons, it's all noise. But no campaign on earth can turn missed layups into makes. That's like Lamborghini handing the keys to someone who doesn't know how to drive. The disconnect is so glaring, it's practically a parody.
There's a dude on the internet who cracks me up. On TikTok, he's put together a load of Angel Reese clips, and it'll say Angel Reese part 36. And it goes, Angel Reese going up for another layup. She misses, bang! And I mean, dude, it's the funniest. And my whole thing is this, dude. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. Yeah, I mean, come on.
The whispers around the industry are already getting louder. Some sources claim Reebok might pivot, marketing her sneaker as more of a fashion piece than an on-court performer. In other words, it was never really built for basketball anyway. Others suggest the brand could delay the drop, hoping Angel Reese sharpens her game before launch. But here's the cold truth. This isn't just a bad stretch. This is who she's been. You can't build a global brand on shaky ground. The confidence isn't there. The credibility isn't there. And Reebok's about to learn the hard lesson of what happens when you stack bricks on sand. Their last resort? Scrap the whole rollout. Bury it quietly and pray the internet looks the other way. But that's the problem. The internet never forgets. Every missed layup, every clip of Reese getting stuffed by smaller players, every viral meme, it's all etched online permanently. Years down the road, when someone searches Angel Reese signature shoe, they won't find glossy ads or highlight reels. They'll find bloopers, memes, and endless headlines asking, what was Reebok thinking?
It was so bad that when Caitlin Clark and her were supposed to face off against each other the other week, the ticket sales went down from $100 to like $5 because Caitlin Clark got injured. She had a quad injury, so she wasn't playing. So guess what? No one wanted to go watch. And if you don't know Caitlin Clark, she's pretty much the GOAT of the WNBA and is the reason why people are watching. No one watches you, Angel Reese. No one watches you. The only thing that I enjoy watching is all the clips on TikTok of you just countlessly just missing every shot that you take.
This partnership is starting to look like a giant red flag for every sports marketing exec out there. A perfect example of mistaking online buzz for real star power. Yes, Angel Reese trends, but so do train wrecks. That doesn't mean you plaster your brand on them. What Reebok thought would be a bold move is quickly turning into a running joke. Fans aren't entertained, investors are worried, and somewhere, an intern is stuck drowning in the endless stream of negative comments. The lesson is crystal clear. If you're going to put your brand on an athlete's shoulders, make sure she can actually carry it on the court. Otherwise, you're not selling inspiration, you're selling embarrassment. And no sleek sneaker design in the world can outrun the damage of missed shots and broken confidence. If you think this deal was a disaster waiting to happen, drop Fire the Baby Giraffe in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss what's next. Click the video on screen and we'll see you there.